If you've been watching this channel for any length of time, you know that cars and racing has been a part of the channel since the beginning. From the first time that I picked up my ZL1 at the dealership to tracking the ZL1 for the first time. Ran out of gas, but fun day. We'll go home now. Going to Spring Mountain to do the driver's course for the ZR1. Keep it together and put together one of the best, well actually the best lap of the day. Much more consistent in the last session, but in session 2 here I was the fastest, and we were just gradually building up the speed to get to this point. And then tracking my ZR1. So the car did great, handled real good.
Everything worked, brakes stayed?
Yeah, I think so.
Stayed with you?
The problem was my shifting. I missed 5th at least 4 times.
That's a lot.
Well, because every time I go into 7th. You know, because I was trying not to money shift it.
Narrow gate, you don't want 3rd.
Yeah. And eventually flying a helicopter to track Doug's M3. And we are. Son of a bitch.
It looked like you figured some things out.
I spun again.
Everybody spins.
It handled a lot better.
Yeah.
It handled a lot better.
If you're not spinning, you're not going fast enough.
It handled a lot better. I know. I was pissed off because that wouldn't point by. So when I finally got around him, I was trying to get some momentum off of the last turn. And I got into the rumble strip and just...
That's, if it makes you feel better, that's a place where fast people wreck.
Yeah. It's been a part of the channel. It's not a huge part of the channel, but it's something that I'm really passionate about, that I really enjoy. Don't do it enough. When I did those track videos a while back, I was contacted by Battle Scarred Motorsports. They're a charity organization that involves veterans with racing. It's a form of therapy, if you will, for post-traumatic stress disorder. Gives them a purpose, gives them a mission. They run Lemon Series and Champ Car. And they reached out a while back, but with the pandemic and scheduling and stuff, it just didn't work out. But now they're coming to New Orleans, November 18th through the 20th, and they asked me if I'd like to drive, and I said, yeah, you don't have to ask me twice. So I'm not going to say what car I'll be racing, but they do have a fleet. They're actually bringing 6 cars, a couple Crown Vics, which are awesome, some Miatas, a Camaro, and a Mustang. So it's going to be a good time. It's a good organization. They basically were formed as a way to try to help give veterans a purpose.
So what we do, we get active duty veterans and first responders behind the wheel of one of our 3 cars, and we put them in these cars in endurance racing events all across the U.S. As far west as the Rockies and as far east as South Carolina. And what this does, this provides for them what essentially is an adrenaline therapy. They get behind the wheel, they're out on track, they got their foot to the floor, they're having an absolute blast, they come back, they have the camaraderie of their fellow teammates, and whether they're part of their team car or they're the team at large, and they become a different person. They just have a different way in which they come back. They're here amongst their peers and those that know what it's like to be in the Army, an EMT, a firefighter, a police officer, and provides an avenue for them to be a part of something better, something for themselves and for others. So we started with just one car, Old Chesty 220, and it was just supposed to be something fun for like-minded Marines, friends of mine. And we got to our 2nd or 3rd race, and we had a guy come in that no one knew, showed up Thursday, shoulders were up, wasn't really talking to anybody, but by Sunday you just could not get this guy to shut up. Was just wanting to be around everybody, talking, wanted to make sure he had everybody's phone numbers, and we're like, well, that's kind of strange. Like, this guy doesn't know us. Suddenly he's like our best friend. Fast forward to the next race, we had a different individual come by, and it was the exact same thing. Showed up, quiet, timid, Sunday, couldn't get him to shut up. So I pulled my wife aside, and we talked about it afterwards, like, man, you know, this may be able to be something like that's much bigger than ourselves, provide something that is going to really give back to people who need it, whether they know they need it or not.
So I'm very honored to be a part of it. One of the cool things they do, not only do they cater to veterans, but first responders as well. So it's military and first responders. They also sell seats. So if you are a civilian, you know, they basically, for the veterans and first responders, they select at every city they go to and allow them to drive. But also you can go buy a seat as well. And it's very cheap. I mean, if you've ever been into racing, you know, it's a very expensive endeavor, but for $1,000, it's lodging, food, and the track time for whatever weekend they're there. Like this weekend, it's basically 3 days. We're doing Champ Car Endurance Series. So Friday's practice, Saturday's an 8-hour race, which will change drivers. It's not going to be the whole thing. And then Sunday is a 7-hour event. So a lot of seat time, a lot of racing. And if you're just a civilian that wants to purchase that time, that's pretty cheap. I mean, that's a really good deal. So it's a pretty cool charity, and it's something that I didn't know about before, but I think it's a really good cause, and I'm really excited to be a part of it. So what are we doing? I'll be racing. So on the 18th, they'll have a practice day. The 19th is the race. So if you guys want to come out, I'll leave a link in the description. You can sign up to help. You can just come out and watch. Thrustmaster has given me their T-Flight HOTAS for both the Xbox and PlayStation 4. It also works on computer as well. But we're going to give those away while we're there. If you want to just come out, meet me, meet the guys that are putting this together. But also, I don't know if you've heard of Kara Barron, but she's an Air Force veteran that was disabled, and she has been racing in other series using hand controls, and they actually have a Crown Vic that's set up with hand controls that'll be out there, and she'll be racing, which I think is awesome, very inspiring and very cool. So you get to meet her too if you come out. So I'm really excited. We're going to do a vlog on the whole experience, you know, from the Thursday night where we meet the team, Friday practice, getting used to the car, getting used to everything, and then Saturday and Sunday. And I think it's a really good opportunity. I'm very honored that they reached out to me. And I hope it's something that, you know, we can continue, maybe do more racing on the channel as we go forward. You know, there were several goals I had when I was a kid, right? I wanted to be a Ghostbuster. I wanted to be a race car driver. I wanted to be a fighter pilot. Well, can't be a Ghostbuster. I already did the fighter pilot thing. So maybe a race car, you know, whatever. But I approach this just like I did anything else. I don't know anything. So, you know, it's not going to be me showing up and going, hey, I'm the fastest one out there. I'm just there to learn and have fun. And hopefully help promote this awesome charity and this awesome cause that they're doing, because I really think it is a cool opportunity. One of the cars is actually from Live PD with Richland County. It's a Crown Vic. It's got the light bar and everything on there. So not going to spoil what I'll be racing or how much. I actually don't know, you know, how many sessions. I know I'm going to be racing every day, but, you know, as far as how much I'll actually be out there. So I'll probably have plenty of time to hang out and chat, or if, you know, if you want to watch, that'll be there too. But if you can't make it, consider donating, and I'll have the vlog here in the next couple of weeks. Hope you guys will enjoy it. Thanks for your support. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.